One. Greetings. So, for this episode, we're going to be making chili with beer in it. And the type of beer I'm using tonight is Samuel Adams. So for chili, you want to use, don't use a light beer. It's not going to turn out good. Try to stay with the ale, okay? So, for the protein, use any protein you want. You can use beef, you can use chicken. Tonight, for this particular episode, I'm using ground turkey as well, okay? And for the seasonings, we're gonna do cayenne pepper, a little bit of Cajun seasoning. We got chili powder, okay? We got some cumin, some oregano. Secret ingredient is actually coffee. What? Coffee? Yes, coffee. Secret ingredient. Also doing some peppers, jalapenos, some diced tomatoes, okay? Some chipotle. I want it extra spicy, because that's what I do. Chipotle is actually optional, alright? Of course you need pinto beans, alright, 2 cans of pinto beans, diced tomatoes, your onions and your celery, okay? So I've already diced up the celery, alright? It's already diced up. And I've already cut up the, I'm using red onions, diced, because they're healthy. Don't forget your beef broth, and definitely do not forget your tomato paste, okay? So let's get started with the ground turkey. We're gonna, okay? And put your minced garlic in it as well. So let's get started. Minced garlic. Some cayenne pepper. Only a little bit. When you're seasoning the ground meat, you're only going to put the minimum seasonings in it, because everything else is going to be in the pot. Chili garlic seasoning. Some parsley. A little bit of Southwest seasoning. Okay, as you see, I've added the jalapeno peppers to it, already sliced up. So, the reason I do this is because I'm trying to take a little bit of heat out of the peppers, and that's by having it in the skillet. Okay? It's going to be spicy, the chili's going to be spicy, but if you can take some of the heat away from it so that you're not trying to die from trying to get a drink of water, pour some milk, this is how you do it. Okay? Alright, so now I'm about ready to go into the pot. So let's get the pot ready next. Okay? Okay, so there's butter already in the pot. We put our minced garlic in the pot as well. Stir it around. Okay? Now we're going to start adding in all the other ingredients. Okay? So let's add in diced tomatoes. Time for the celery. Now the onions. Okay. This is going to have to cook down a little bit. Alright, so this is on medium-high heat. We're going to let this cook down before we start adding anything else in it. Okay? You can add a little bit of seasoning to it now if you want to. We need for this to cook down some. So we'll go ahead and we'll add in a few more seasonings into it. So add about a teaspoon of cumin. Add in a tablespoon of your chipotle. Your chili salt, chili seasoning. 1 to 2 tablespoons, what you're gonna need. Onion powder. This is a half a tablespoon. Parsley. You can put a tablespoon in there of parsley. If you want, you can also add some Italian seasoning too. Secret ingredient is coffee. Yeah, 3 tablespoons of coffee. There we go. We're going to go ahead and add in the tomato paste. This needs to cook down. Let this cook down, medium high, let it cook down for about 15 minutes, okay? One thing I don't want you to forget, while you're letting this simmer, come back and stir frequently. You don't want anything to burn in the pot, okay? So to keep everything nice and moist and juicy, I'm going to add in some broth. So beef broth, add in. Okay. Now we continue to let it simmer. Alright, let's add in our beans next. Alright. We got our beans in. Now we're going to add in some beer. Last but not least, we're going to add in flour to thicken it up. You should be adding in a cup of flour. Alright, you want to stir this frequently because we don't want any clumps of flour in here. So we're going to stir frequently. If you have a whisk, you can do a whisk. That will get the clumps out faster. Let this simmer some more. Okay? And you constantly will be stirring because you want to get all the clumps out. Alright, we're going to reduce heat, put it on medium, and this is going to be for the next 30 to 45 minutes for reduced heat. As you see, we started adding in our protein, which is the ground turkey and the jalapenos. So after about 30 minutes, start adding this in. We now have everything in the pot. So this needs to simmer in the pot for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Let this simmer, because we're gonna need to let it get thickened up. So it needs to thicken up, and we need for all the flavors to start blending together in this pot. So this is gonna simmer, not on high heat, not on medium high, but on medium heat. It's gonna simmer. All right, I'm using my whisker so I can stir this thing up. You want to make sure you do not want anything to burn, okay? So you can't leave this alone unattended. You gotta have it some. You gotta give it some tender, loving care, and that's what I'm doing. As you see, it's already thickening up. This is the consistency you want from it. We now have our completed chili. Here's more chili right here, and it's nice and thick and flavorful. And hopefully I've cooked down all the spicy peppers or whatnot. Because I did put up quite a few peppers in here. Let's see how we did. It's hot. But you know what though? It's nice and flavorful. The longer you let your chili simmer, the better it's going to be. I'm telling you, all the flavors just blend together. It's so good. Okay, so you now have seen how to do chili with beer in it. Have a good one.